All right, everybody, it's week 11. We're wrapping this thing up. I'm here with Caleb Voidston, Dylan Singleton. Let's talk this. What happened this week? A lot is going to happen these next couple weeks. Playoff picture is just, everything's happening. So let's break it down real quickly, very quickly. We've got a couple of games that are already in locks. Connor McLean beating Isaac pretty handily. Connor could even put a few more points up for Monday night. Caleb beating Jake very handily, and that game is done. And, Dylan, you beat me handily. I still will tack on a few more points. We'll see what happens. Then we go to the Jets, to the two games tonight to watch for. The Jets, CBD. The Jets currently down by 30. They've got Godwin and a defense. CBD's got a defense. We'll see how that shapes up. And then the closer matchup, Bryce only down 21. He's got Cooper Kupp tonight. Trevor is done. We'll see if he can hold him off for his second win of the season. So, fellas, that was a quick rundown. But let's talk about the playoff implication because we know what's going to happen with the standings. We'll get to next week's matchup too. So what are we looking at here? Dylan, you sent a playoff prediction. You did the numbers. What are we looking at here as we head into week 12?
So right now, basically, the people who are currently in the playoffs going to this week have the best chances in it. But coming into next week, it changes up a little bit because I've solidified my spot. I'm going to basically be in the playoffs no matter what, where I'm at. And then honestly, which Caleb, I believe you won this week, correct? You lost. I'm sorry. Caleb lost, which solidifies basically Connor McLean and Rico up there too. Okay. So I think those three are locks, and I think the rest of them are just kind of struggles.
Well, if we're going to give it an analysis, might as well get it right. I kind of won, but okay.
No, I have it as you lost, just letting you know.
That's what we all hoped for. It just didn't happen.
Yep. But that's just the main thing is the 6 people currently in have the best shot, and it's going to go – it'll update again after tonight's games. It just can't update until then with the projections, but we'll keep it coming.
Okay, Caleb. So for the 5 teams, the 5 teams, still including yourself, your brother, me, Bryce, Isaac. What's your analysis as we look for these last 2 weeks? What are you liking? Who's got to be really worried at this point?
I mean, if you just lost, probably. I don't. Everybody's worried. Nobody wants to take the ACT. If you're not Jake or sadly Dylan, or even Connor's unfortunate, you're a little worried. The ACT sucks. It's long, hard. I don't know. It's fantasy football. Anything can happen. I've completely given away all the best players for free this year. You're welcome. I was a charity. Let's hope I can survive my idiotic moves. My moves with passion and love. I got the players I liked. They may not be good.
So the records, what could shape up for this week? Dylan and Connor both being 8-3, Jake 7-4, Caleb 6-5, CBD either 6-5, likely right now, but in case of a miracle, could fall to 5-6. I'm 5-6. Bryce, if this holds, we'll be 5-6. But if he pulls off the flip, he'll be 6-5. Isaac 5-6. Mason either going to be 3-8, or 4-7 if he can flip. Caleb, you're 6-5. We mentioned that, and Trevor.
He has a win.
He does have a win. Could be 2-9 if he holds. If not, 1-10. Okay, so Dylan, do you want to talk about real quick? Both of you, are there any major changes in your playoff, rankings breakdown, your bracket?
Everyone's the same. The 6 that I had in are the 6 that I still Rico, Taco, Rico, Taco, MCLA. That's what she said. Pam. And CBD. And I think the 1 seed's decided next week in mine and Rico's matchup.
Okay, Caleb, what about you? Anything change in your rankings?
I still got Isaac, Mason, Trevor, and Bryce in the bottom 4.
Okay, so let's look at week 12, and while we're talking about these matchups, we'll talk about scenarios that need to happen and what could happen. So we'll start with the 2, 5, and 6, myself and Isaac. Dylan, okay, if you're in my shoes or Isaac's shoes, I mean, we're both 5-6. What are the directions of both these two teams in these last 2 weeks?
So currently I have you winning, Matt, this next coming up matchup, but there's a lot riding on the line for both of you guys here. I think the winner here probably might get that last playoff spot here. I have you winning here, but if you lose, it could very turn around into Isaac's hands. And I think that the big guys here, Kyler Murray. I think obviously DeAndre Hopkins and Kyler Murray together, but DeAndre Hopkins put up a stinker last week. Darren Waller's going to score big. Keenan Allen's going to keep scoring big. Juju might get shut down this week. McKissick, I don't know. Antonio Gibson's a touchdown back, but he's getting. I have you winning, Matt. You have a big line here, but honestly, anything can happen with Kyler Murray on the other side.
Caleb, what about you?
I mean, December 4th, January 8th, or January 15th look like very concerning days if you are Trevor, Isaac, Bryce, or whoever else is missing it, because those are the dates of the ACT, and they're only limiting it to 10 people per test. So it is going to be you two and 8 other 17-year-old girls and boys. It'll be exciting. I truly cannot wait to see that and see how smart we all are. What was the question? I got distracted.
The winner.
What?
Me and Isaac.
You and Isaac.
Winner of week 12.
Give me Isaac, baby. Let's ride Kyler.
Okay. All right. Next matchup: 7-4 Jake, 8-3 Dylan. Again, as you said, Dylan, battle for the 1 seed. Jake, kind of reeling right now. Dylan, your team got a big week. What are you feeling?
So far, I've had myself projected to win every week, and I have since we've started doing the projections for the playoff picks. This is my one projected loss I had, but Caleb's team is struggling right now. He's without Drew Brees, which obviously hindered Alvin Kamara a little bit last week. Julio has just not been performing the way you want him to. Nyheim Hines, it's just none of his guys are really performing the way they need to. Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce and Justin Herbert, 3 of the top guys in the league, 3 of the top scorers in the last week right now, and that's carrying me over everywhere else. I have the New Orleans and the Pittsburgh defense, Justin Tucker. I had myself losing, but honestly, I'm going to keep saying I have myself losing, but I hope I win here and think I win.
Okay.
Yeah, Dylan, you're coming in hot and Jake's coming in cold. Some of your trades are questionable. Some of them worked out. Some of them are still questionable.
They've all worked out so far for me.
Well, if you had Dalvin Cook in that offense, that'd be really scary.
I wouldn't have Allen Robinson, and Antonio Gibson's been scoring the same amount of points within 6.
Tomato. But sadly, I will take Dylan.
All right. So CBD right now going to be a 6-5 team, but if we have that miracle Monday for Mason, could fall to 5-6. Connor is 8-3. This is for the teams that are hanging on the edge for CBD. Obviously needs to beat Connor. A loss to Connor makes week 13. Makes it a good one. Dylan, if you're CBD, we've got the news today that Adam Thielen is going on the COVID reserve list. I don't know can he test again and play over the weekend? I don't know how that all works. Or does he have to sit out the week? I don't know. If he's not playing, he was a big part, 32 points this past week. So if you're CBD.
Either way, I think no matter what, with or without him, Rafi Secret Sauce runs away with this for 2 factors. One, Taysom Hill is a tight end playing as a quarterback.
They're taking that away this week.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right. Taysom Hill will not be playing this week. So that sucks for Connor. If he was, I would pick him landside. Okay, now actually without that, I still take Connor, but he has lost one of his main wide receiver ones. Tyler Boyd is no longer a wide receiver 1. As we saw this week, Joe Burrow went down. T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, Giovanni Bernard, those guys just are not going to be a part of this offense as they have been in the past. So I still take Rafi Secret Sauce, but honestly, it's such a good week for CBD. It's going to be a close matchup, I think. If Adam Thielen's there, CBD wins. Without him, and if Taysom Hill especially at tight end, Rafi Secret Sauce wins. Close matchup. But I have Rafi's.
Speaking of CBDs, Matt, you want to break – was there a little drama viewing in their management room? Did you hear about that? Matt had a little drama.
Yeah, I heard some inside information that the 2 co-GMs might be at odds, which is surprising. But, actually not really surprising. You start 4-0 and then – you lose. You win 2 of your next 7. Yikes!
Was it like an idea, like a Bill O'Brien trading for DeAndre Hopkins for David Johnson idea?
I've been Bill O'Brien this year. I'm the Bill O'Brien of managers right now. It's not been
We
great.
should get your T-shirt with that. You really are Bill O'Brien.
Um,
I don't know
Yeah.
how.
So we'll see. I mean, if CBD does lose tonight in a miracle, if Mason wins this and they fall to under 500 and they play Connor next week, Connor could knock him out. But that's a long shot. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay. Next matchup, we got Bryce and Mason. So Bryce could be 5-6, has a big game tonight, could be 6-5. Mason is on his way to maybe being 3-8, but if he pulls it off, could be 4-7. If Mason does pull this off tonight, 4-7, a lot better. Still kind of hanging on right there. And Bryce, could help solidify with a miracle too. What do you guys look at? I mean, both of these teams, Bryce more needing a win next week. Dylan, break this one down.
Two big matchups out of this. Devontae Adams is a tough matchup for Bryce's side. He's playing Chicago Bears, who they have no offense, but they've won games for one reason: their defense. Other side, Dalvin Cook is playing the Panthers, who have been surprisingly playing really good defense. Those are the two big playmakers who are going to lift up or lift down. Lamar Jackson's playing Pittsburgh, returning for a tough matchup. It's going to be tough. I had the Jets winning early. I like Bryce's team here, but honestly, I think these two teams are just falling off of a cliff right now. I don't know which way they're headed. I'm just gonna stick with the Jets, but I don't know on this matchup.
Yeah, I like the Jets too. They got a strong team. They've just been unfortunately bad. It's been funny.
And then our
Lose 6 in a row, win 3 in a row, then you get some momentum, and then you lose again, and it's just unfortunate.
It's tough to see. And our final matchup, Caleb, you'll be 6-5. Trevor, either 2-9, 1-10. Dylan, can Trevor play spoiler for Caleb to make Week 13 interesting, or does Caleb win this game and pretty much, secure his spot in the playoffs?
I have Trevor winning this week, and I had it in close matchup.
Shocker.
I had Trevor winning in a close matchup, but I honestly now I have Trevor winning in a larger margin based off the trades he's made recently.
Yeah.
Zeke is going to get shut down by Washington's defense. They have number 1 in rush defense this year, number 2 maybe, number 2 behind the Saints. Mike Davis is just not the player that he needs anymore, even though he's playing Minnesota. Giovanni Bernard, Joe Burrow's gone. They can't run the football anymore. DK Metcalf's playing the Eagles, but Tyler Lockett likes it. DK Metcalf is it's kind of iffy. And Calvin Ridley just apparently doesn't like to catch football. Sean Watson will have a good game.
There's all your worst scenarios right there, Caleb. All the worst scenarios.
Yep. And then Caleb's team, Trevor's team is probably not going to do good either this week, but they squeak by.
I don't know why I did it. I thought Calvin Ridley better than Lockett, more consistent. And then I thought Mixon, Henry, sure, absolutely can break off for 50. But also, he could also go for 180 yards and no touchdowns to only get 18 points. Joe Mixon could get like 20 and 15 and have enough receptions to get 18 points. So I thought I thought Derrick Henry's floor was lower than Mixon's. And then Mixon went on the IR and Joe Burrow went on the IR 2 days later. It was just really unfortunate. Really, truly bad. My analysis, Matt.
And you made smart decisions last week, though, in not starting Chase Edmonds or Kenyon Drake or Le'Veon Bell, who I believe all outscored your other running backs.
Yeah, I think they did too. It was really beautiful. I picked the wrong one, all of them. Matt, you're the entertaining voice. Talk, so we don't bore the people.
Hey, so no, Week 12 is going to be every game has is interesting. For me and Isaac, for CBD Connor, Bryson Mason, Caleb and Trevor, it all comes down to the positioning. And for Jake and Dylan, you guys, it comes down for that 1 seed. This is going to be a great game. Want to remind everybody that, it's Thanksgiving week. 3 games on Thursday, Texans, Lions, Washington at Cowboys, Ravens at Steelers. So some teams already, I was looking, I forgot who it was. Maybe it was Isaac's team, maybe it was Trevor. Somebody had like 4 guys going Thursday. So already you're going to see some teams who gets up to a jump to a big lead, and then how do teams come back on Sunday. And then for Week 12, we've got the Monday night game next Monday, Seahawks and Eagles. That, I don't know who has a lot of Eagles players, but for Seahawks, there you go. That could be a nail in the coffin. DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, Chris Carson if he plays, Russell Wilson, those guys right there. That could really make it interesting. And then if everything goes the way we want it to go, I don't know, Caleb, we may not want the same thing happening. Maybe it's just me. Week 13 is going to shape up to be the way we wanted it to be. A very exciting, could come down to if it comes down to a Monday night. Oh man, if it comes down to a Monday night on week 13, doesn't get anything better than that. But we'll see what happens.
I would like to know one more thing on that as well. As you can tell, we all understand that Connor McLean's team is tied for first for the overall record. I still pick him as my second half favorite, but there is zero chance in hell he can get that 1 seed at this point because he scored so little points.
Wow. There you go.
So at best he's getting a 2 seed. I still think he's going to get a 2 seed over Rico, but it's just he can't get the 1 seed.
I got a drug to Branson, so let's wrap it up or kick me out.
So Connor, Dylan taking shots at you along with
No,
Caleb.
no, he's my second half favorite. Second half favorite. Just can't be the 1 seed.
Before we wrap this up, do you want to take a shot at Connor?
terrible until he traded with me, and he took all of my talent because I felt bad for him. So that's the only reason he's good now is because he has all of my good players, all of them. Without them, he's bad.
Well, there you go. There's the final shot at Connor. Everyone, good luck on week 12. Happy Thanksgiving. Good luck.
All right, peace.